Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to start work on our neutral journal today. It's going to be my project for December. I still have two Christmas journals that I gotta do videos on, post them for the Christmas collab for Terry's Crafty Christmas 25. But other than that, we're switching on over to something else. Now, I have this thinner chipboard. It's like a backing off of a paper pad. So I'm going to use that for my spine. So then I need to collage this, is what I'm needing to do. But we need to get it cut down to what we want it. So this is 16 inches. So I'm going to have a 4-inch spine. And we're going to do 4 signatures in it. And we are just going to play. And that's what we are going to do, is just play. So that needs to be from 6 to 10. Needs to be our signature. Yep. So from 6 to 10. And then we need to count for the clearance of that. Now how wide, tall is this here? It is 10 and 1/10. 10 inches and 1/10. That ain't gonna cut it. Let's see. Yeah. So we're just gonna make us a mark there because I want it the same height. Just makes it easier on me. So then we'll cut that down and we'll cut it at 4 inches. We're going to collage that, and then we'll start getting our signatures together for it. Now I've got a bunch of printables and stuff like that that I have collected and printed. For this project. So I'm going to do back it down 1/4 of an inch, just so we have, once we get the paper and everything around it, we have the clearance for the sides to fold comfortable. Or so we'll go back down like 1/8 of an inch. So it's going to be 3 7/8 inch spine. And I like to do that just so that the clearance on my when the sides fold, it doesn't make it stay open. It'll fold comfortably. So now what I gotta do is pull out some collage pieces that match this. Just rotating my stuff around here for just a second. So I went through and cleaned up all of my collage bits and stuff and put labels on most of everything. This is some off prints that I can use for my collage on this as well, just because it's part of the papers. It's just when my internet went down because it was icing. That's not it. This is old sheet music. I didn't use any of the old sheet music. I have regular sheet music. And I have a couple of sheets of coffee dye French writing. I don't think I have any of that hand script. And then we just have this, which would be great, because we can use that. Get that piece used up. I think I used some of those pieces from that. So this is just leftover bits and pieces. Now I printed this old sheet music. I've got it in two different places. One is down here for my collage pieces, and then I printed it again to have papers to put in journals. So that was the main reason for printing that, was just so I could have printable sheet music that I didn't have to keep, you know, hunting sheet music, and can't never find it anymore in the thrift stores around my area. And places that do have it, I mean, I'm telling you, they want an arm, a leg, and a foot for it. So, let's see. This here, we can use that because it's the same patina. Now, the handwriting script that's in this, which is this stuff, came from My Porch Prints. It's coffee and script printable papers. And I've got a bunch of those printed where I can put in journals, and anything that is white on the back is to be used for collage. So I just stuck it back in that so I didn't have to print two front papers. So let's see. I'll use this one here. I think that should be enough to collage that piece there. Hopefully it will be, with some of this and what all we have. Excuse me for coughing. I feel a little clammed up today. So I don't know. I don't really feel sick, but I just don't feel well either. So I got myself together, and I already pulled out my neutral collage boards that I had, and then this was just some stamped off tea dye printed, and I just used the stamping off on it, and I just said, well, that would be go in a neutral journal. So here we are. We're going to use those pages. All right. So now, let's see. Where's my music scrap over here? I don't think I have any white. No, I don't. That's fine. We'll just cut this up real quick like, and we'll use it. And I've got some bigger doilies. I'm gonna add some of the white doilies in it. Do that. And then one of this that we do not use in this here, we'll just stick it in our little collage pouch, and we'll use it later on, because I'm sure I'll probably be making some more neutral background collage, you know. Because I kind of like doing that, making neutral background collage, just so we can have showcase our fussy cuts and pieces. Well, I'll use that for something else. That one there's printed good on both sides, so we'll just use it. But like I say, if we don't use all of this on here, which I'm sure we will not, be a good stamping piece. Let's put that in our strips to be stamped on. We'll need to do some of that too. So I'll just leave that there. this is just a pretty neutral tone background that I like. Leftover bits and pieces. So put this back in the music drawer, and I'll just use this piece here. I know I could have tore all this off camera, but you know, this is just how I prepare to do collage actually. So I'll pick out what I want to collage with, and then I just start ripping into, you know, usable size pieces basically, and just line them up around the desk, and then just kind of alternate it with them. About the only so-called collage formula that I actually have. Get them into usable size pieces pretty much, and that's it. I don't know if I can tear through all that. It's that paper sticker. Okie doke. So now there's our collage bits. I'm gonna pull these here off. Now this is going to be just a lot of things that I have not done before, and I just want to try my hand at it. I want to do a little bit of the inking, and you know, I don't have a whole lot of the sprays in that, but I do have the oxide inkers. So I'm thinking, you know, that I've watched enough YouTube where I can take and see if I can't you know, daub the ink on it and do the spray and stuff. I want to try some of that. Just things, you know, that I've been wanting to work on pretty much. And I've got all of my pre-made ephemera. It's not pre-done, it's just ready to be decorated type situations. Got that all in here, and we've got a lot of neutrals in book page and stuff, so we'll be pulling all of that out to work with. And everything that I want to use to turn into ephemera is basically in this box that needs to be used up. So that's going to be my use it up box, and we'll work on getting those ephemera bits and pieces done and used up throughout the year. Use one of these pieces, and sometimes this little book doesn't tear well, and that irritates me. And I think I'm going to use one of those just for the header on it, if nothing else. And that'll be fun too, I think. Okay. That came from Temu. I love that little thing. I want to order me a couple of them. It's fun to collage with, you know. Okie dokie. So I've got way too much stuff here to collage with, but we needed it. So I just needed to get the centerpiece picked out, measured and cut, get it collaged, and then we can pick out our signatures, and that's probably going to be a whole video in itself after we get this done. I'm used to everything being over here, and it's over here to the left of me now. That's why I'm like doing this number with, I'm like, where's it at? I rearranged everything to where I could work and not feel like, you know, because I literally have these little tables I pull up. I got the little rolly carts that have tabletops on them. So I always had all of them around me so I could put stuff on to work on, because I had all of this over here, which is, you know, 4 of these 2-foot sections together in an L shape. And I didn't have anywhere to work on anything because I had everything on top of me that I was like, oh, I gotta have it close to me. No, I don't. Not every day you do not have to have it close to you every day. You know, because then I'm like, well, what do I reach for the most? The stuff that's on the pink cart, okay? And then whatever my project is, you know, I gotta move all of that to get to what's in the pink cart. So the object was to get the pink cart where it was going to be ready and accessible. Now these I'm just going to roll over the backs and the tops because I want this whole thing covered. And that's what we are going to do here. I'll cover one side and then I'll go and cover the other side. But yeah, I said this is just, and I got to keep reminding myself that I need to, you know, wrap it over. That's why you keep seeing me going, moving it. Because I'm like, oh no, I got to wrap that. Got to wrap it around it. So I've pulled out all of my beige and cream and white and neutral laces and stuff like that. I got those 2 baskets here. Then I always keep some on my desk to work with just as a quick grab situation. So I think I'm pretty well prepared for this project. I hope so anyways. I hope it turns out like I want it to. That's what I'm hoping. Because, you know, I'm not used to the neutral grunginess type things. You know what I mean? So, I'm just, it's going to be something new and different for me. And it's still really not what I would consider to be grungy because it doesn't have, you know, the sprays and the paste and all of that stuff. But it is going to be a neutral tone, darker. Some slight colors, not a lot. And then we're going to use, I got a pack of the Tim Holtz poses. And then I've got a bunch of the printables from different artists on Etsy that I want to use. And I think it's just going to be beautiful. So we can cut those out of different black, it's just black and white paper doll printables that I've found from different people on Etsy. One is Miss Lorna Taylor over at Taylor Made Journals on Etsy. Has a lot of printable type people like that. And then there's another one, I think it was something 11, I can't remember what it is, but we'll go through all that and show you those when I use them. So, yeah, we'll do the show and tell and all of that stuff, you know, about where the kits and the papers and stuff come from when I pull them out and start using them. Just gonna put that up here like that to cover up some of that white that we didn't cut off on the music. That's just gonna work good. And I'm hoping I left it. Yeah, I did. I was like, I hope I left enough border on some of those to where we can just butt up to it and it'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and go like this here and try to wrap that around. I think that'll be fine. It doesn't really matter about that being upside down. Let's get a new glue sheet. So how is everybody's Thanksgiving? Did y'all's Thanksgiving go well? How's your weekend been? And all of that. Your mama and them, everybody having a good time this weekend. We had, I had to work up until Friday, so we did our Thanksgiving. I need to fold this first and then do that. We had our Thanksgiving Saturday. So then I got up Saturday morning and just went to cooking. First thing I did was go in the kitchen and turn the spigot on. And, you know, you got the little sprayer that sprays your sink out. Well, it was stuck on spray and sprayed me right in the face. So I was peed off from the get-go. I was already mad from the start. I was like, well, this is how this is gonna go. We just gonna go eat out. Whatever y'all fixed yesterday is just gonna be added to our meal plan for the week. I'm not dealing with this mess today. But we got the spigot fixed. You know, null avoided my panic attack. And then, well, then we have it's actually a really serious issue with something's going on. We keep having power surges, and then our stove will go in and out. So I was like, well, you know, my sister's like, well, why don't you just get your roaster, cook your turkey and that. And I was like, you know what, good idea, sis. So Walmart, here we come. So, yeah, this is all of the things that were meant to be like, you should just went out to eat instead of not even worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, I worked all week, and Thanksgiving was moved to Saturday for us. So then, you know, Saturday I'm trying to have Thanksgiving, and I mean, just any and everything that could happen was just was happening, you know. So we finally get all that done. The new roaster somehow or another got turned up to 400 degrees, so the turkey was done 2 hours before it was supposed to be. So I was like, all right. And I was like, well, I'm just going to put it on keep warm, because thank goodness it's got a keep warm solution to it until, you know, we could get other things done. And then I was like, did somebody turn this up? Because it's on 400, you know. And I was like, I know that is not what I put it on. I put it on 350. Supposed to cook for 5 hours, and that would have gave me time, you know, to get the other stuff done. You know, so now here it is. You know, the turkey's done. Like, you know, a whole full 2 hours before it's supposed to be. I was like, wow. Just whatever could have happened Saturday happened, I'm telling y'all. But we had a really good spread. You know, everybody come and had a good time. The son and his wife, they went to Wilmerton to eat with her family. They'll be here at Christmas. And then so we decided to go ahead. You know, we were going to go ahead and eat and just do it Saturday, so I didn't have to rush around and try to eat and this and that, and then go to work being filled up on turkey Thursday night, and you know, everybody having to run up and down the road. And I was like, no, that's just too much for everybody. You know, we'll just, because then, you know, I would have had to been up all day Thursday and then worked all night too. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that neither. I'm not doing that neither. But it worked out finally. After everything that was, you know, going against me that day, it finally, everything smoothed out, and we was able to have Thanksgiving. Thank goodness. I was just like, one more thing, man. Just one more thing happens, and I'm snapping. Snapping like a snapping turtle, I mean. But it worked out, so. So then, let's see. Today I got up, I went and sent my pink journal off. And, today's Sunday, by the way. So I went and sent the pink journal off for the special request make journal. That's in the mail and going out. And then, let's see, we went and did Walmart pickup. And we come back and put all the groceries up. And, you know, did all of that stuff. Ate. And my sister and her husband stopped by. They ate. And then we had my daughter and son-in-law come by this evening. They ate. And so then I said, well, I'm going to go shoot me some videos now that everybody's come by and ate and left. So, I'm like, I just need to go in here and play in my craft room. I haven't played my craft room all week. Since Wednesday. I mean, I literally have not been in here since Wednesday. Look, there's a bunch of papers. I didn't even have to cut none up. Look at that mess. But that's okay. I mean, that's literally the papers right there. But that's fine. The only thing is I don't like having my little, thing over there because I can't reach it that well sitting down. You know, the little basket that I had here on the corner? I moved it up here on the shelf. And I think I'm going to switch the boxes around because I can't reach that thing that well from a setting position. And I don't like that. Because I use things like this in that a lot. And my little dollies and stuff like that, you know. So yeah, we're gonna have to rotate you over somewhere else. Okie doke. And look, I still left all that laying out here, you big dummy. Just stay there. Alright, so now we got our spine done. Let's see. Is that gonna match okie dokie with it? Yeah, that's gonna match good, ain't it? Yes, it is. Alright. This is the inside. Yep. I like that. That's gonna look good on there. That's going to be my front. I know I didn't have to do the back side of it, but I just wanted it for the thickness of it. Because sometimes those cardboards won't snatch. It just soaks up the glue. It won't adhere. Does that make sense? So any glue that I put on it, it would seep into the cardboard instead of helping it adhere to the paper. So I think that is going to work good. So we got that done, and that's done. I'm going to put this in here. These two pieces are going to be used. Okay. So now, are y'all ready for all of the paper selection that I got? These, like I said, are just pages that I had stamped off on and said I'm going to put them up to use them in the neutral journal. Okay. Now, you're talking about being over-prepared. I'm a little bit over-prepared for this. And I still haven't printed all of my neutral packs. Alright, so this is some graph paper that I found at a Goodwill. So I bought like 3 packs of it, and it had some watercolor paper. So I thought we could use that. I got the coffee and script printable papers from My Porch Prints. These were bought in December of 2022. It's good backgrounds. That's what we just used to collage with. I've got music sheet scraps, and that's what that off-print paper was this. I thought those would be fun to add in. And it is My Porch Prints music sheet scrappy papers. And that was bought and paid for December the 24th, 2024. Then I have Neutral Layers scrappy papers. My Porch Prints, December 24, 2024. This is my Christmas present to myself last year, apparently. And these are just to decorate like tags and pockets and such. I thought they'd be pretty to do the pockets and that with. So that's what those are for. So we need to lay those separate. Okay, then this is My Porch Prints Grungy Newspaper, 2024, December the 24th. I got a lot of their scrap packs last year when they went on sale for like $1. So these were meant to be tags and things like that as well. Just backgrounds, because I didn't print front and back on them. I just printed one side. Alright, and then here we go again. This is all My Porch Prints. My Porch Prints light tethered scrappy papers. December 24th, 2024, and that's what these look like. It's just, you know, like a collage scrap papers. So those are to decorate things with as well, and or collage. Actually, they were 75 cents a piece. This is My Porch Prints Light Numbers Scrappy Pack. Again, December the 24th, 2024. Apparently somebody bought me a gift card. And I just went and wore it out on Etsy. Alright, and then this is Light Tethered 2 Scrap Paper Pack, 2024, December the 24th. So it's just, you know, a different ones. And these were all just printed on one side on regular copy paper. Okay. And that is, these can be journal pages. So we'll look and leave those over here. These are to decorate things with. So we'll put them in the front. Alright, this is Junk Journal 20 packs. This is from January the 7th, 2025, this year. And they are like lace backgrounds. Beautiful, beautiful lace backgrounds. These could be used as journal pages, different colors. So, and I believe this came from Lana's Design Shop right here. And it was just lace backgrounds. So I thought those would be good for journal pages. And then of Citrus Journal Studio, June the 5th, 2024. These are coffee dyed spring florals. I thought would be really pretty to add in throughout any kind of journal. Actually, it's got the real faint red with the roses and that. Love these. These are quite beautiful. So printed those. Thought we could add a page or two of those in. And then those can be used throughout. Basically everything that's up here are like paper kits that I thought would make pretty just collaged looking journal pages, and just make up whatever ephemera I wanted to go in them is what I was doing. Now this is October the 4th, 2022. These are different ledger papers. Printable ledger papers by Digital Fit. Right there. Is it in there? Yeah, okay, right there's. I couldn't see where my finger was pointing. And it's just, you know, different ledger papers of different colors, and they have journaling cards and stuff like that to go with this as well. And this was mainly, you know, where you could take and add it to stuff and make pages with it, but it is horizontal. And I just printed those front and back because that can make a tall, skinny journal. So I'm going to put that in behind here because I don't want to use those in this paper pack. But we may use it to fold up and make like a fold out tag or something like that. These are August the 9th, 2025, and it is just neutral scraps. Let's see, digital ephemera collage papers by Fab Art Studio, 89¢. Just beautiful collage bits, and most of these are printed just on single-sided because I thought, you know, like that we could cut this out, we can cut this, I mean, you know, so those are all printed on single-sided sheets. Now these we will see quite a bit throughout my upcoming journals for a few months because they are decorative bits to decorate things with. And then I'm just doing a, you know, and then when I pull them out and use them, I'll tell you, you know, hey, this is where this came from. These are all Facebook posts. This is just that journal background papers, came off of Amazon. And I threw the paper pack away because it tore up and I forgot where I got them from. But I had set it several times on there. But it's just a different bunch of brown colors. So that could be used. This is Carolyn Musings. I don't know if I'll use any of these in this, but I did want to show it because I may pull some to add a little soft color here and there in the other place. But these are digital lace papers by Carolyn Musing. And I got these of June 29th, 2025. And I mean, it is a bunch. It is a bunch of them. And I printed like, you know, 5 or 6 pages of each. Just beautiful. Like, that would be really pretty in the neutrals, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So, thought these would be really pretty. So it has some color on some and some not. But yeah, just beautiful lace backgrounds. So yeah, some of those lace ones we might try to put in here just to get some of the paper out of that pack, honestly. Okie doke. And then this is one I just finished printing last night. I got it June the 7th, 2025. Trying to read what that says. Small print. Chapters in Curious right here. Is that a C-U-R-I? Yeah. I think it's C-U. I can't make it out if it's C-U or C-E. But that's, here is where I got it from. Can y'all make that out? Because sometimes when it's small writing like that, I have to take a picture on my phone and blow it up so I can see it, what it says. Is that blowing it up good? There it is. Yeah, Chapters in Curious. Anyways, it is, and I put these reader glasses on and it makes me go cross-eyed. I get dizzy putting them on. I don't like to use them unless I'm, you know, threading the eye on my sewing machine. That's what I use them for. But anyhow, this is coffee and watercolor dye paper. And this is where, like, some of that music paper that I was using during the Christmas, that's where it came from. Remember I told you I knew it was a digital, but I couldn't remember where I got it from? That's where. So I took all of those that was in that pack by itself and put it in here so I would know where it come from. And then it has some blues in it, and it's just, you know, and that's a misprint. But it's printed front and back already. So I said I could just put something down that and cover it up if I've used it. And then, you know, some of them have blue tint, some of them have like a, you know, pink tint to it. But just, and then I have these back here for collage and or decorating. And it's just beautiful background papers. Different colors and tones and stuff. I love it. So that's that kit. I'll pull some pages out of this. Okie doke. So that is the stack of journal making papers over here. And then these all came from Facebook groups. Let's see, Yvette's Junk Journal Shop Friends. This was done by Jennifer McNair that posted it on there, and we could use it, you know, in our makes or whatever. And it was background pages, tags, and pockets. That's going to be some of the pockets, and we just dress them up. And then some background papers that are Tim Holtz-ish looking. Because as soon as I announced that I was going to try my hand at doing a Tim Holtz-ish journal, these ladies were posting this stuff all over those groups in the midst of Christmas. I said yes. Now this was a collab from Line Dot Arrow and Junk Journal Fix with Sunflowers and Doors. That's her Facebook group, and that's how you spell doors. But it was on Facebook, and it has some things that I thought like we could make tags with that, or tuck spots, and it's got some neutral type things. And you can tell I just printed, you know, where we could take. And I love this because it's Lori, because this is going to be my personal journal. So what I want to do is take this and run it down the spine. That's what I'm wanting to do with that piece. Because, you know, this is a 4-signature journal, and I'm just playing and adding to it. And if I don't get it finished by the end of December, then guess what? It'll be my work along on, you know, like, what is that they say? Work in progress journal. And that's just what we'll call it. We'll work on it in between, you know, all of the color blast of papers. This is Free Printable Designs Facebook group, and this is Terry McTeague that she had put up all of these. I love this. I just wish it was a smaller print, but these were backgrounds. You can put them on 12 by 12, and I thought that these would just be great, you know, for our neutrally themed journal. So I printed those off. So those are to work with making things. So they need to go in the front as well. So I have like journal page type things here that we're going to pull and put our signatures together with. And then I have papers that were printed just mainly to make things with. Okay, so then I have all of that together. And then I also still have, you know, where are they? My coffee and tea dye papers that are over there. I'm going to pull that right quick and show you those, because I use those a lot in my journals. Oh, just to tell you where I get them from. That's a pink Christmas kit I still gotta print. So I have cubby holes of stuff that I still need to finish printing because I'm waiting on ink to get here. Alright, and this is the tea stained printable pages. It is by Country Mouse Prints, and it is 23 different prints and assortment tones and such of tea dye paper. And that's what, if I say I put tea dye on the back of it, this is the kit that I use. And I'll take and print the whole kit, put it in and run it back through and print it again. It prints front and back because it's on a PDF, and you put print and walk away from it. And PDFs are, I love those when I'm printing, like having a multi-print day, because I can put it on the print and come over here and do something else. This is coffee dyed background paper from Digital Fit, and it has different, because I wanted something that had the coffee cup circles on it, and this is perfect. Different different hues and tones and lightness and darkness, you know, and I love it. So yeah, so I was doing coffee dye on the back, and I found that tea dye, and it goes a little bit better with most kits, the tea stain does. So, but we still have the coffee dye for like darker tone kits. I like background kits like that because a lot of digital kits, I really don't like their backgrounds, you know, because it's not really conducive for writing on. Some are, some aren't, and you know. But anyhows, we're gonna pull and get together, try our best to get together some journal signatures here. I'm gonna use these here. Okie doke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we're going to lay these out. I have this one. I'm just going to lay it out here in the front. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can y'all see it? Well, you know, you'll see the paper when I lay it up here. So I'm going to have this in the first signature, and then we'll put this one in the middle, in the third one. No rhyme or reason, just spread it out. And I may do some more snappy bits, you know. So then I'm going to take and put a tea dye in that one, and a tea dye in this one. And I don't know how many pages I'm going to use. I really don't have a clue. We'll just figure it out when we get there. I'll do a coffee, and a coffee. You see the different hues of the coffees? And that's not my ink going out. That is the actual different hue of the coffee papers in that kit. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, these are from the papers from the Amazon. We're just going to try to get some of them used up. I may pull some more of those out, but for now, these are the kits that I want to use and try to get things used up. Because these papers are a little thinner than I like, but they're good to add in for writing papers, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, let's go ahead, pull out Miss Carolyn Musing's lace papers. Put them there. This is a darker, different lace. Oh, that's pretty with the hearts on it. That's cute. I like that. And I like that full page. Just different hues of brown. I like it. Okay. Alright, and then this is Junk Journal, Citrus Journal Studio with the florals, the neutral florals. And that's kind of like dogwood type florals. Yep. And then this one is like the kind of like the dogwood floral print. So I'm gonna put that there, put that one there, and I like that. Yes, that's pretty. I like that a lot. Alright, so then now I need another light. I want a light tone, so big old doilies. Big old doilies. I'm gonna put some of them in there. How many? I don't know. Well, I said I was. I can't get them out of the daggum pack. Okay. Let's see. One, two, and I don't care if it sticks up above the pages. Y'all know that. Do not care. There's that one. And there's that one. Now, I will leave some of these out to play with because I want to make some pockets and such with some, you know, like the folded up pockets and that, and decorate it. But these stay on my desk anyhow. I got a smaller pack that's over there that's really good to coffee dye and stuff, so I'd keep them over there just for the coffee dye and stuff. Okay, so we got our doilies situated. Now, what do we want to do now? Let's see, let's get some of this big pack out of my way. And this is the Chapter Curious. Alright, so I'm going to put a piece of this music paper in. It's got different music papers. That's why I like it so much. So, and it's different shades of music. Whoops, that's when it's not double-sided. What am I doing? Let go of the paper, buddy. Thank you so much. So see, like whoopsie. It has that kind. It has this kind here. I think there's isn't there another kind of music paper? I do not know. I thought there was. Maybe I was just missing. No, that's all of the different music papers. These here are the same kind as those. See, and it has some blue background. I don't want to use that really. It's got kind of a bluish hue to it. You see what I'm saying? Oh, this would be fun, wouldn't it? Put that in that. And put one up here. I'm going to go ahead and use this one because I can put something down the side of it. You know what I'm saying? And we could do that. And I am going to go ahead and use one of these music pieces right here. So then we got that, that, and that. I don't need this. What I need there is a leisure paper. I was like, didn't I have one that had like a little top piece on it? There it is. Just put you back right here. We'll just add one of you to all of them. How about that? And I only printed 2 of them. Ain't a piece. Ain't that a mess? Here. These have a blue hue to them, but they're light enough it won't matter. Okie doke. And yes, I really printed all of this to pick out these papers, but these are also going to be used throughout journals. This one, I would really love to print like 100 of them double-sided. I love that. That's just pretty. I love that paper. Okie doke, here we go. Got the floral beads. That's a different one. Different shade as well. Here's another. Should be one more different one. Yeah, here, that one. There we go. We'll do that. And that is from, who did we say that was from? Atlanta Design Shop. This is My Porch Prints Coffee and Script. And then it has all of these just regular coffee dyed different type backgrounds. Yep, I need to turn this heater off. It's burning me up right now. Alright, we'll put one of you in. It's kind of a lighter tone. These are darker, and we put that in as a lighter tone. Do that one. Let me have the paper. And then there's a lighter tone. I'm happy with that. Then I want to put these, one of these script pieces in here, just because I think it's pretty. That one, that one, that one, and that one. That's all of them, yeah, okay. Well, then that's fine. We put this one here. I'm happy with that. Okay. So now we have the music scraps from My Porch Prints that are printed front and back. And I think we'll do one of a different piece in these. I think that's going to be super fun. Yep. And then we still have that too. Alright, so now that is our, that's going to be our pages for our signatures. And I need to put all of these back up here. Oh, me. So that is our cover and stuff. Alright, these are all, because I have them where like it's page kits that are, you know, that can be used to decorate, or page that are just printed just to decorate. Like these are just printed as for now to be decoration bits. And I saved them on my laptop so I can reprint, because you can just have the most fun with that and create a bunch of different varieties of journals and stuff. I mean, you know, like that's 4 journals right there with just those papers, and decorate them up any kind of color ways you want. You know what I'm saying? That was my thinking anyhow. And so then, let's see, I can make ephemera and not really have to worry so much about how many kits, you know, what kit I buy to decorate and this and that and other with. And that was the biggest reason why I wanted to do that. Was find me some background pages, you know, decorate how I want with them. I mean, I'm still going to use, you know, paper kits and stuff, and we'll add these, just add-in papers, you know what I mean? So that's all of our signatures. We just need to get them folded up, and I'll work on doing that off camera. Now I'm just trying to get them corralled up enough to where I can, because I want to leave them in the way that we got them picked out, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to corral them up enough to where I can get them in a comfortable stack, and then I'll fold them up off camera. I really love that Scrappy Packs. Those are awesome from My Porch Prints. And they have Christmas ones and all kinds of fall ones and stuff like that. So, and yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm going to not cut none of that paper off. So that's our 4 signatures for our journal. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 signatures basically. Look, I got ink all over me. 14 pages per signature, and that's fine too, because each signature, like I say, is going to be allotted an inch per signature to decorate with. Okie doke. Well, that is our video for today. I got we got our spine covered, figured out to go, and then we'll get these folded off camera. We'll get them sewn in and get it attached. Because really this is kind of flimsy. So I'm probably just going to glue this to it. It's not going to be a hidden spine. I just needed a true spine. So it wouldn't be, you know, because of the weight of it, it's just going to be a rolly spine. You see what I'm saying? Because it's got a natural fold right here in the middle. So I need this on here to be like, no, you're not going to fold there. You're going to fold here. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm going to do, is glue that to it. So to fold the signatures and get them sewn in. And then we're going to start making pieces, I guess, tomorrow. So thank you all so much for watching. Y'all have a good night, and we'll come back and get our signatures in, and we'll get to work on it again. Have a good night.